Welcome back to Somewhat Flawed. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and polarizing factions in Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time book series, the Seanchan. They are conquerors. They are slavers. They are deeply disciplined, yet shockingly blind to their own contradictions. But love them or hate them, the Seanchan are essential to the fate of the world. Let's ride straight into Seanchan history, their culture, their invasions, and their critical role in the last battle. Our story begins with Arthur Hawkwing, the great unifier of the Westlands. Toward the end of his reign, Hawkwing launched a massive fleet under his son, Luther Pendrag, to conquer lands across the Arith Ocean. But Hawkwing died before the fleet could return, and back in the Westlands, everything collapsed into chaos. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Luther and his descendants thrived, forging an empire that would, over centuries, become known as the Seanchan. By the time the main series starts, the Seanchan Empire is a vast, stable power ruled by the Empress, she who is obeyed. They are driven by a singular mission, to reclaim the lands once ruled by Hawkwing, which they see as theirs by right. The Seanchan invade the Westlands in the second book, The Great Hunt, and their presence grows throughout the series. They are incredibly disciplined, using well-organized armies, advanced military strategies, and, most terrifying of all, their domain, women who can channel, controlled through the Adam collar system. The Seanchan invasion challenges not just the Westlands' political landscape, but also the moral and cultural beliefs of our main characters. The brutal use of domain horrifies Egwene, Nynaeve, and others, and the Seanchan quickly establish themselves as a threat unlike any other. One built not on shadow or chaos, but on cold, ruthless order. Seanchan society is a rigid hierarchy. At the top sits the Empress, seen almost as a living goddess. Nobles rule under her, followed by soldiers, merchants, and commoners. Honor and obedience are the pillars of life. But one of the most shocking elements is their treatment of channelers. Women who can touch the One Power are seen as animals, too dangerous to roam free, so they are leashed and trained as weapons. Suldam, the women who control the Damani, are highly respected, even though, and here's the dark twist, Suldam themselves can learn to channel. This fact is ignored or denied in Seanchan culture, creating one of the deepest contradictions. They also bring unique creatures to the battlefield. Raken and Turakan, giant flying lizards, Grolm, hulking beasts, and other exotic animals unknown to the Westlands, giving them an enormous tactical advantage. The Seanchan aren't just faceless invaders. They force key characters to confront hard truths. Egwene's capture as a daemon is one of the most brutal and transformative arcs in the series. Mat's relationship with Tuon, the daughter of the Nine Moons, becomes central to the balance of power. And in the lead-up to the last battle, Rand's alliance with the Seanchan is critical, despite his personal hatred for their methods. Without their armies, the forces of the light would likely be crushed. Robert Jordan doesn't paint the Seanchan as pure villains. They are complex, shaped by a history of empire, survival, and brutal logic. Whether you see them as tyrants or necessary allies, their role in the pattern is undeniable.